you can do all things. I've got a little bit of fun for us. Let's change the word need into the word lack. And now when you use that word need and you've changed it to the word lack, you can better establish what Christ was trying to say. You can better establish what it truly means, what need truly means. And I suppose there's a lot of Christians out there too that would say, I need the Father. Now let's change it to lack. I lack the Father. So this is a good little game to play for the mind's processing of what truly need is, because need is lack. I need love because I lack love. So let's change the word need into lack. I lack love. We need to do this. We need to do this. I lack to do this. When we change need into the word lack, it brings us to a greater and deeper understanding that what it truly means. Because in love there is no lack. In the Father there is no lack. In His perfect love there is no lack. Therefore there is no need. So I don't need the Father. I have the Father. You don't need the Father. You have the Father. You don't need to do anything because you're not in lack of anything. You sit and stand and are being in this perfect love that has no lack, that has no need. And when you sit in this place in the presence, or the present moment, you can better understand there's no such lack in the Father. Therefore there is no such lack in you. There's no such need in the Father. There is no such need in you. And by sitting in that place just for a moment, everything disappears. All thoughts, because love transcends all thoughts. Love accepts all things. Love endures all things. The Father's love is in everything and everyone and everywhere. And whether we know that or not, the truth is the Father is in you. And therefore you're not lacking the Father at all. So I'd just like to say, change the word need to the word lack, and start to see truly what you're actually saying when you're saying the word need. I'm hungry, I need food right now. I'm hungry, I lack food right now. And then after you've said these things, or you get yourself into this place, then start saying to yourself, I am in no lack. I am perfect in spirit. I have no need. And when you start to say that, then you may even be, you can, I need food. I lack food. I don't lack food. I don't lack the Father. I don't need the Father. So therefore I am perfect as is in this very moment that we share this together. We are in perfection, not imperfection. We are in perfection. And so there is no such need and there is no such lack in the Father. And when we sit in this place more and more often, through meditation or through just understanding, and it's through knowing, because seeking means you're trying to find the knowing. But once you're found, you have found the knowing. And that's the knowing, which therefore is the truth. So right now, where you are and who you're with and what you bring forth to yourself, which is everything that's around you that you can see, taste, feel, hear, think, is what you brought forth to yourself. And you're not a victim. You're not a victim. You brought this forth for yourself for a purpose of understanding who you are and coming to a remembrance within yourself to who you are, and everything you brought forth is very purposeful. It's not a good cake. It's not a bad cake. There's no such good or bad. It is just a cake. That's the truth. And now it's how you perceive that cake. Oh, it's a bad cake. Oh, I've got to do another one. No, there's a beautiful, perfect purpose in that cake, the bad cake and the good cake. And we can't judge between whether the good cake, I like the good cake better, because that's a judgment between the bad, the good and evil. And a judgment between good and evil means if you're judging that cake, those cakes, then how much more are we judging people, thoughts, or circumstances that actually have been brought forth or confronting to us. And we've got to get into a place of learning how to accept that confrontation and how to accept these things coming forward that we brought forth. Now, once we've come to an acceptance in neutrality of what we've brought forth, what we're seeing, hearing, what's happening, who's speaking to me, how they're saying things, and not judging between whether it's good or evil, we start with that acceptance. We start to see a higher purpose, a higher learning, a perfection, that these things are all brought forth for a perfect purpose, for us to come to a remembrance and an understanding and a knowing within ourselves of who you truly are. That's all I have to say today. Is practice changing and switching the word need up for lack. And then once we practice that outwards from ourselves, now practice it within yourself, and you will start to understand, wow, when I say I need something, I'm saying I lack something. Now when I say someone else needs to do that, or someone else needs to be that, or someone else needs to speak these words, or someone else needs to do that, I'm actually projecting an arrow of someone else is lacking. And I'm judging between, I'm measuring myself against them by saying they lack something that I don't. Because truly, truly, within as without, you are saying you lack. Even your perception of they need to change this, they need to do that, is actually you saying, I lack something within myself. And it could be that perfection, because when we're projecting lack onto someone else, and we're not going in first and taking our own log out of our eye, we are projecting lack upon someone else. And even if that's not the case, or if you're finding this hard to understand, let's look at it this way. The Father is perfect, and he has his perfection, and he is working, the Spirit is working in its conviction within hearts and minds around us all, with or without us. And we can stand in that place where we can understand that what I measure from my own perception and projection outwards is actually something that I need to measure within myself. And we have been given that discernment to judge between the enemy, flesh, carnal mind, ego, and the Father, love, unconditional, immeasurable, inconceivable, perfection. And you can sit in that and you can rest in that perfection. So change the word need to lack, and then go within and ask yourself, how many times do I say that, that needs to be done, those people need to be, and now move within and what am I needing here? We aren't needing anything. We have the Father. The Father is in you. and the Father is you, and you have the Father. You don't need the Father. Christ is in you. You don't need the Christ. You're not in lack of this Spirit. We just have to transcend and ascend into understanding this perfect place where we are this Spirit. We are this Father. And that's when that love, that unconditional, immeasurable, inconceivable part comes in, because it is the way, and it is neutral, and it's a beautiful place to be in our hearts and in our minds. And once you're done with and finished with seeking, just sit and rest in that perfect place of knowing. And you are love. And you do transcend all things. So let's get into that place today and change the word need for the word lack. I love you guys. Bye.